Hey guys, Mike here. A lot of people ask me questions about podcasting and sound engineering, and they get really complicated. You don't have to be that complicated. I'm going to do a whole series of videos for podcasting so you can do it yourself. It doesn't have to be this big elaborate studio deal. I do it in my living room. If you want to see, this is my podcasting gear. Okay, so it's a little disorganized, but you get the picture. I have a mixing board, I have a Zoom H4n recorder, I have my headphones, I have a little ear headphone splitter. Super basic stuff. But you don't even need all that stuff. All that stuff is what I use to get a better sound. But if you want to start podcasting, you can just start doing it. So this first video is going to be how to do it with just an iPad or a phone, sticking it in the middle of the room, and how to get that as a podcast so you can just get started. It's not going to sound the most professional, that's true. It's not going to sound like you're in a professional studio with all the filters and all the amps and all the sound, but you can get started, and there's a few podcasts I can give as an example that you can use. Okay, so if you're going to record purely from your iPhone or your iPad, this is my iPad. All you have to do is download this app for free. It's 100% free. I got it for free. I used it in my journalism classes all the time when we were practicing editing stuff together. You can even splice things together if you want. That gets a little more complicated, but I'll show you later. But it's called Voice Record Pro. It's a free app. I recommend it. They have Voice Record Pro 7. I haven't used it yet because this one has been so damn good. This is all I've used. So I'm just going to open the app. And there you go. That's what it looks like. It's going to calibrate some stuff. It might take a second to upload. I use this to record all my sets when I do stand-up. That's how good this app is. All right. So now it's calibrating the audio engine. This is showing you your levels. You don't want it to get too far in the red here. Once you're too far in the red, this is your lefts and rights. Don't worry about that. These are all the different files I've recorded that it has saved. So last time I recorded on my iPad was in September 23rd, 2015, but we're going to do a new recording so that we can try it out. So this is how you do it. This is how you use the app to record an episode. And I'll put a small example, but the podcast I edit, 99% Funnies with Dave Reinitz, Dana Eagle, Mira Manick, and Michael Rayner, they use this app to help do their episode, and I edit from this. So they put it in the middle of the room, and all you have to do is hit record. It's going to ask you, don't worry about that. I don't allow notifications. Now the free one does have one, it just has, this is all it has, is at the bottom you're going to get some ads. So don't click the ads and you're good to go. Or click some ads just to help them make some money because they're giving you a free app, whatever. Anyway, you hit record. I just have it set right here on automatic. Input gain, you can up this, but you see how I'm already getting toward the red right there? That's not the best idea. And if I go farther back, as you'll hear in the video, obviously it goes down. The closer I am to this part, the microphone, this is where your mic is, okay? So it's picking it up. The higher these levels are. Now, you just have to watch it. If you're gonna record with multiple people, as you hear in the example, you gotta make sure it's in the middle and you wanna keep everyone at the same level. Because if I get further back, as you can tell from the video too, obviously it's going to be quieter. I'm trying to use the exact same level and it's going to get echoey and things like that. So if you're going to do that with a bunch of people, I say you keep it in the same room and you want to keep it in the center of everybody and just try and keep everyone on task at staying at the same level. I have a problem of raising my voice and getting loud. If you know me, I get really loud. So yeah, basically all you have to do is record for a little bit. When you're done recording, hit stop. It's gonna process it real quick. Boom, I have a brand new thing. So all I have to do is, first thing you wanna do, you can post to all these different, you just have to connect your accounts and you can upload automatically. I'll show you guys that later. But what I would probably do is I want to convert to an MP3 so I'm in a format that I can work with. So you convert it to MP3 just like that. Boom. Now you have an MP3 of it as well. All right, it's gonna take a second. So then, okay, so now I'm done with that. I hit OK, And then now I can go back. This is the MP4 version. So if you're on a Mac, you might want to use this, and MP3 is universal. So see, I have two of them. You can see right there, it says M4A and MP3. Don't worry about the times. Sometimes the times are different. All you want to do is make sure you get the right one. So now that I have an MP3, which is a more compact format but is universal for pretty much anything you want to use, I click that. Let's say I want to send it to myself to edit. Boom, send by email, send it as an audio file, and you want to send it as an email attachment. Sending it as an email attachment makes it easy. So bam, I can write whatever I want. This is the automatic. So if you want to, what you can do is you can change this to, instead of the time, let's say for this example, I'm gonna call it VCR demo. It's sending as an attachment, so I can send it to myself. So now I've sent it to myself. Hit send. Boom. Now when you open your email, it'll be in your inbox. All right, so basically that's it. So that's the easy way. Now you have an MP3 file you can edit. I'm gonna make some videos on how to edit later, but here's a quick example of what it sounds like in an actual podcast. This is the 99% Funniest podcast I was telling you about earlier. And this is a podcast I help edit. They send it to me from California, and I end up editing here in Washington. So the nice thing is, like on the editing side, I'll show you the intro. I always put a quote, and then they have theme music they use, and then I mix in, and I'll give you the first about minute of that podcast, and it'll come out, and that'll be your example.
For those who say Bernie might be toast at this point, let me just say one last thing, if he is, if this is his last stand. Why so many of us liked Bernie Sanders. I was looking at the Fox News website the other day, and it was promoting a special Bret Baier called Rising Threats, Shrinking Military. Okay, both bullshit. Is ISIS a threat? Yes. But the caliphate will not be extended to Kentucky. People don't read the paper, so they don't know. Actually, we're rolling back ISIS. They are losing. And even if they were a threat, they're not the kind of threat that we need to have a bigger military to fight. It's a different kind of threat. And of course, our military is not shrinking. We have the most ridiculous rock with your cock out mass murder machine the world has ever seen. So who at the debate would stand up and challenge?
And say that? No one.
No, but when Ted Cruz or Donald Trump says we need a bigger military, who is going to challenge them? Hillary Clinton? I don't think so. But Bernie would. Bernie would. That's why we like Bernie Sanders.
She would not, because she's the biggest hawk in the entire lineup of people running. But I have a question for...
Starting our podcast. That's the way it always seems to happen. So, welcome to 99% Funniest
Podcast.
Podcast.
You just have to take control and hit record.
Well, I'm trying to.
Not you.
Why do you interrupt me when I'm introing the podcast?
That's my favorite intro. That's how else do I get myself on this?
So this is the 99% Podcast. Thank you for listening. 99% Funnies is the name. We have a special guest. Helen Hong is here.
Yay!
Very funny comedian and crazy Bernie supporter.
Super duper Bernie supporter.
She's
I have drank all the Bernie Kool-Aid.
She drank all the Bernie. Why?
And she's decked out in Bernie wear.
Can I tell you what's crazy? I was a Hillary supporter until like 6 months ago.
Really?
Yes.
And what changed you?
Yes.
How did we get you?
I found myself saying, God, I really like everything this man is saying, but he can't win. I found myself saying that for like 3 months.
Can I tell you?
And then I was just like, you know what? If everybody who thought, I was encountering other people that thought, I said, if everybody who thought that way actually supported him, he would win.
Of course, if he had anything even close to equal time in terms of the mass media coverage, then he would be blowing her out of the water. And as I always say every week in this podcast, I remind everybody that Hillary Clinton's polls always go down.
Yeah.
They always go down.
Yeah.
Yes.
But here's the problem, is you were tuning in, and I think what happens is everybody's made up their mind first, and then they make up their mind first, and then they tune into what's being said after.
Yeah.
And then those few people that want a lot of attention are like, I'm undecided.
Right, you're cherry picking information to support your point of view.
Right.
But here's my question is that do you, because I've known you for a while, I never knew you as a political person.
I
didn't know you.
All right, guys, thank you so much for listening and watching this video. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me on Twitter at Michael Teemant, MIchaelTeeMant. You can DM me. You can just send me a tweet. Hey, I want to know about this thing specifically for podcasting. I'll try and figure it out for you. I'm the best when it comes to taking some equipment and making the most of it. So thank you guys for watching. Talk to you later. Bye.